Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello, can I just see some hands or something to tell me that you can hear me? I can't hear anything. Do you think? I see you. Hi, Emma. Thank you. You can hear me. All right. So today we are going to carry on from 2 weeks ago. Just getting our mouse in the right place. So I want to say welcome to everybody. My name's Margaret and I work at head office in Cape Town. And today we're going to be discussing once again the marketing plan. We went over it briefly last week, 2 weeks ago. Remember, this training happens every second Tuesday. So let us start by way of introduction again. Important that we repeat certain things because that's how we learn, we learn by repetition. If you think of when you teach your children the ABCs, we go it over and over again. So that is why we repeat things so that we can get them into our mind. So by way of introduction, as forever business owners or FBOs, it's essential to uphold the values and policies of Forever Living Products. Recruiting new members into the Forever business is a responsibility that comes with ensuring that they understand the company policies, procedures, and compliance standards. That's what it's all about. So, the role of the upline and anyone that has sponsored someone into the business is the upline of that new person. The upline refers to the sponsor or mentor who introduces new FBOs to the business. It is the responsibility of the upline to guide and support new recruits, ensuring they are well versed in Forever company policy, procedures, and compliance. Support from the Home Office and FBO support team. The Home Office in Southern Africa and the FBO support team are dedicated to assisting FBOs in understanding and complying with policies. FBOs can reach out to the FBO support team via email at fbosupport@forever.co.za or the WhatsApp support number, which is +27 64 636 8968 for assistance and guidance. We are here to support you. The topic for today will be reading and understanding the marketing plan in detail. And today we will be discussing from the level of preferred customer to the level of manager. So there we have our marketing plan as we see it. This is how it appears in the one-to-one business presentation. It used to appear in our diary, which we don't make the FLP diary anymore, but who knows what lies ahead. It might one day come back in again. So there we have, starting with preferred customer, assistant supervisor, supervisor, assistant manager, manager, and below are all the beautiful, beautiful pins with gold and gemstones. They really are beautiful. As you reach these different levels, so you will be recognized on stage at the Success Day and receive these beautiful pins, and there's a lovely sash that goes with them. So now we're going to go and look at these 5 levels, each one on their own. Let's first look and see what is a case credit, or we call them CCs. At the bottom left, you'll see 4 products as an example. The gel, each product is worth a point system or a case credit. So the gel is worth 0.102 cc's. The aloe vera jelly, 0.060 cc's. The combo, it looks like the Touch of Forever, is 2 cc's, and the Start Your Journey combo is also 2 cc's. We'll talk about that a bit later. So what is a case credit or a CC? It's a value assigned to each product to calculate sales activity, to determine advancements, bonuses, awards, and earned incentives for the FBO as set forth in the FLP marketing plan. All case credits are calculated on a month-by-month basis, and the first day of the month is the first day of the new month. Our product centers are normally closed on the 1st and 2nd, if they are working days of the month, for stock take purposes. You can still place your orders via email or Bashara app or online, but you will not be able to come to the product center on those 2 days. So there are different kinds of case credits. As you go through the company policy, we're going to speak a little bit about the different kinds of case credits that we get. So active case credits. These are personal case credits plus preferred customer case credits. These two categories determine an FBO's active status each month. This means that your 4 cc's is made up of your preferred customer, new people that you brought in, and your personal case credits. Leadership case credits. These are case credits awarded to an active LB, meaning leadership bonus qualified manager, calculated at 40%, 20%, or 10% of the personal and non-manager case credits of his or her first, second, or third generation leadership bonus qualified managers, respectively. We'll talk a little bit later on that near the end. Preferred customer case credits are case credits as reflected by the purchases of a personally sponsored preferred customer. Non-manager case credits. These case credits as reflected by the personal accredited sales of a downline FBO who is not under a downline manager. Pass-through case credits are case credits as reflected by the personal accredited sales of a non-manager that pass up through an inactive manager to the first upline active manager. These are not counted as non-manager case credits for that active manager, but they are counted towards his or her total case credits. Personal case credits are case credits as reflected by the FBO's personal accredited sales. Total case credits is the total of all the FBO's various case credits. New case credits, the personal and non-manager case credits generated by the accredited sales of a recognized manager's personally sponsored preferred customer or FBO lines that were sponsored after he or she qualified as a recognized manager. New case credits will be accumulated for 12 processing months, including the month in which the preferred customer or FBO line was sponsored, or until the preferred customer or FBO line achieves manager, whichever occurs first. All case credits are calculated on a month-by-month basis. What is an operating company? The administrative company under which one or multiple countries use a single database to calculate sales level advancements, bonus payments, and incentive qualifications. For example, the operating company for South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Swaziland, Mozambique, and Lesotho is Forever Southern Africa, based in Wynberg, Cape Town, South Africa. So South Africa looks after 7 countries. our neighboring countries plus South Africa. So we are the operating company for any one of those countries. And what is wonderful is that doesn't matter what country you're in. If you did one in South Africa, one CC, and one's in Zimbabwe, and one in Botswana, and one in Mozambique, that will count for your 4 CCs. Because the 4 CCs must be done in one operating company. So South Africa, all of 7 of those countries are considered as South Africa. Now let us look at our preferred customer. The preferred customer is solely a consumer of FLP products. The preferred customer purchased product at a 5% discount off the suggested retail price, which is referred to as the SRP. When the preferred customer purchases a Start Your Journey pack or has personal purchases of 2 CCs within a 2 consecutive month period, he or she is entitled to a permanent 30% discount on subsequent orders. A preferred customer who has qualified for a 30% discount is eligible to opt into the marketing plan as a forever business owner at the level of assistant supervisor. Upon opting into the marketing plan, the preferred customer becomes a forever business owner at the sales level of assistant supervisor with the right to sell FLP products and sponsor other FBOs to sell FLP products. The combined sales volume measured in case credits or CCs generated by the FBO and his or her subsequent downline organization qualifies the FBO to receive sales level promotions and increased discounts and bonuses. The preferred customer 6-month policy. A preferred customer is eligible to choose a new sponsor after being a preferred customer for 6 full months. A preferred customer who chooses a new sponsor will count as newly sponsored for all applicable incentives. And the preferred customer enjoys 5% discount from the retail price for personal purchases. We'll now go on and look at assistant supervisors. So on the right in this little block, you will see assistant supervisors receive 30% discount on personal purchases, plus 25% preferred customer profit, plus 5% bonus active if they are 4CC active. They must attend trainings. They must be 4CC active, and they must start sponsoring and building your downline to be successful. So the assistant supervisor is achieved by generating a total of 2 personal non-manager case credits in any single operating company within any 2 consecutive months. The assistant supervisor receives, as we've mentioned, 30% discount on personal orders, 30% retail profit on online retail sales, 25% preferred customer profit on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers who are purchasing at a 5% discount. The active assistant supervisor also receives 5% personal bonus on personal purchases and online retail sales, 5% preferred bonus customer bonus on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers, 5% personal and preferred customer bonuses forfeited by inactive downline assistant supervisors. And the next level would be supervisors. Supervisor is achieved by generating a total of 25 personal non-manager case credits from multiple operating companies within any 2 consecutive months. The supervisor receives 30% discount plus 8% personal discount on personal purchases, 30% retail profit plus 8% personal bonus on online retail sales, 25% preferred customer profit plus 8% preferred customer bonus on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers who are purchasing at a 5% discount. 8% preferred customer bonus on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers. The active supervisor also receives 3% volume bonus on the personal accredited sales of personally sponsored assistant supervisors and their downlines, 5% personal and preferred customer bonuses forfeited by inactive downline assistant supervisors. Case credits from multiple operating companies cannot be combined with incentive qualifications except for Global Rally and the new case credit requirement for Eagle Manager and Chairman's bonus. And in our little blue box is a summary of what we've discussed on the left. But once again, remember to attend trainings, to be 4CC active, to continue sponsoring and building your downline. The next level would be assistant manager. Somebody has their audio on. Can you switch it off? We will have some time for questions at the end of the presentation. We won't do any questioning during it, and I should have mentioned it at the beginning. So as assistant supervisors is achieved by generating a total of 75 personal and non-manager case credits, multiple operating companies within any 2 consecutive months. The assistant manager receives 30% discount plus 13% personal discount on personal purchases, 30% retail profit plus 13% of personal bonus on online retail sales, 25% preferred customer profit plus 13% preferred customer bonus on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers who are purchasing at a 5% discount. 13% preferred customer bonus on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers. The active assistant manager also receives 5% volume bonus on the personal accredited sales of personally sponsored supervisors and their downlines, 8% volume bonus on the personal accredited sales of personally sponsored assistant supervisors and their downlines, 5% personal and preferred customer bonuses forfeited by inactive downline assistant supervisors. Case credits from multiple operating companies cannot be combined for incentive qualifications except for Global Rally and new case credit requirements for Eagle Manager and Chairman's bonus. I will just mention that I've said before, you can't do your 4CCs, that we can only happen in your domestic country. And also things like Forever to Drive or what they call earned incentive must happen in your own country. The next one that we're looking at, and the final one in this marketing plan for now, is the manager.
I have to give it to Sarah, the lady who works in the department. She needs to
Can you turn off the volume? Someone's having a little chat. If we can just carry on.
The lady who works in our service.
The manager level is achieved as soon as 120 personal non-manager case credits are generated within 1 or 2 consecutive months, or 150 personal non-manager case credits, multiple operating companies within 3 or 4 consecutive months. The manager receives 30% discount plus 18% personal discount on personal orders, 30% retail profit, 18% personal bonus on online retail sales, 25% preferred customer profit plus 18% preferred customer bonus on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers who are purchasing at a 5% discount. 18% preferred customer bonus on the purchases of personally sponsored preferred customers. The active manager also receives 5% volume bonus on the personal accredited sales of personally sponsored assistant managers and their downlines, 10% volume bonus on the personal accredited sales of personally sponsored supervisors and their downlines, 13% volume bonus on the personal accredited sales of personally sponsored assistant supervisors and their downlines. 5% personal and preferred customer bonuses forfeited by inactive downline assistant supervisors. Case credits, again, from multiple operating companies cannot be combined for incentive qualifications, except for Global Rally and the new case credit requirement for Eagle Manager and Chairman's bonus. And on the right, I'm going to read through it. It's a summary of what's on the left. So the manager receives plus 48% discount on personal purchases, plus 18% preferred customer volume bonus, plus 25% preferred customer profit, plus 5% bonus on assistant manager group retail purchases, plus 10% bonus on supervisor group retail purchases, plus 13% bonus on assistant supervisor group retail purchases. Once again, and very important, please attend your training meetings, be 4cc active, continue sponsoring and building your downline by either doing 120 cc's in 1 or 2 months or 150 cc's in 3 or 4 months. So that is our marketing plan from preferred customer to manager. So let's look at a little bit more detail. What is a recognized manager? An FPO qualifies as a recognized manager and receives a gold manager pin, and there's a picture of the pin on the right of the screen, when, as soon as his or her entire group generates 120 personal non-manager case credits within 1 or 2 consecutive months, or 150 personal non-manager case credits within 3 or 4 consecutive months. And when he or she is an active FPO each month during the same period. So if you're going for manager at the end of June, but for some reason you don't do your 4 cc's in May, but you do it in June, depending on other circumstances, you will not make manager because you have to be active with 4 cc's each month during the same period. And when there are no other FPOs in his or her downline who qualify as manager during the same period. So watch your downline and see what they are doing. If there's someone pushing you to manager, we'll talk about that a little bit later, just be careful. Here we speak about that in the next paragraph. In fact, if an FPO's downline FPO also qualifies as a manager in any country during the same period, the FPO will be a recognized manager if he or she is an active FPO each month during the same period, and he or she has at least 25 personal non-manager case credits in the final month of qualification from FPOs in downlines other than that of the manager moving up in the same month. That is why we train that you not only build deep, but that you build wide, so that you can find those 25 personal non-manager case credits if someone below you is moving to manager in the same month from a line that not that of the manager moving up in the same month. Now, today, what is a unrecognized manager? As soon as someone is on, have the audio, rather put your audio off, my sweetheart. As soon as an FPO and downline generate 120 personal non-manager case credits within 1 or 2 consecutive months, or 150 personal non-manager case credits within 3 to 4 consecutive months, and the FPO does not meet the remaining requirements for recognized manager, he or she becomes an unrecognized manager. The good news is an unrecognized manager can qualify for the personal discount, preferred customer, and volume bonus, but cannot qualify for leadership bonus or any other manager incentive. An unrecognized manager can re-qualify as a recognized manager by meeting the following requirements. Generate a total of 120 personal non-manager case credits within 1 or 2 consecutive months, or 150 personal non-manager case credits within 3 or 4 consecutive months, and be an active FBO each month during the same period. There's your 4 CCs. The requalification period cannot start earlier than the last month of his or her unrecognized manager qualification. If the requalification period starts the last month, his or her unrecognized manager qualification, the case credits that were not associated with the downline manager move up during the last month of move up to unrecognized manager can be counted for the recognized manager qualification. From the date that an unrecognized manager has generated the required personal non-manager case credits, he or she becomes a recognized manager and will begin to accrue leadership bonuses and leadership case credits on accredited sales if he/she is leadership bonus qualified. The next category is, what is a sponsored manager? A manager becomes a sponsored manager to his or her immediate upline sponsor by qualifying as a recognized manager or qualifying as a sponsored manager from inherited or transferred manager status. Beginning with the month following qualification as a sponsored manager, he or she can be counted for his or her upline manager's GEM manager level and for any other incentive that requires sponsored managers. We're going to talk about inherited and transferred managers in the next slide. There we go. What is an inherited and transferred manager? A manager is considered inherited if he or she is moved to a different sponsor under the 12-month leadership bonus qualification rule, or if his or her sponsor is terminated for responsors. In such a case, he or she becomes an inherited manager to his or her new sponsor. Now, if we go back to the changes that were made in September 2017, if a manager is not active under leadership for 12 months, they lose their managers, and that manager becomes inherited to the next person in the upline. So let's go, that's inherited. Or everything that I'm telling you is in the company policy. So if you look for the subtitle that says inherited managers, you will read everything there. A manager is considered transferred until he or she requalifies as a sponsored manager on a country-by-country basis. Inherited and transferred status does not affect the volume bonus or leadership bonus paid to any manager or his upline. An inherited or transferred manager does not count for the upline's manager case credit reduction for the earned incentive program, which is Forever to Drive, or the GEM manager level. An inherited or transferred manager can requalify as a sponsored manager on a company-by-company basis by meeting the following requirements. Generate a total of 120 personal non-manager case credits in the operating company where he or she is requalifying as a sponsored manager within any 1 or 2 consecutive months, or 150 case credits within any 3 or 4 consecutive months. The requalification period can begin with the month prior to the month of transfer. During the requalification period, be an active FBO in his or her home country or generate 4 active case credits in the country where he or she is achieving sponsored manager status. So that's inherited and transferred. Also all in the company policy. The 36-month policy, this came into effect also in September 2017. An FBO who has not made a purchase for 36 consecutive calendar months will forfeit all sponsored downlines to his or her first upline FBO. If the FBO has any first-generation managers in his or her organization, these managers will be classified as inherited managers to the newly appointed sponsor. This applies to FBOs, not to preferred customers. I had a query earlier today where someone was asking about a preferred customer who had not made any purchases for at least 3 consecutive months. And here are some information that's important to know. If the case credits for move-ups are generated in a single operating company, the resulting move-up shall occur in that operating country on the exact date that sufficient case credits are accumulated, and on the 15th of the month following in all other operating countries. So let's say you're going for supervisor and you have 23 cases in South Africa, but you have 2 case credits in, say, the UK. So we run the month end on the 4th of the following month, and you are upset because you're still listed as assistant supervisor. You will only move to supervisor on our system after the 15th of the month following in all other operating countries. If the case credits for move-up are generated in multiple operating companies, the move-up shall occur in all operating countries on the 15th of the following month after sufficient case credits are accumulated. An FBO who moves up to recognized manager, as explained above, shall be classified as either a sponsored manager or a transferred manager. The case credits from the purchase of any retail or preferred customer will count towards the activity requirement of 4cc of his or her assigned FBO, but only in the operating company in which the purchase was made. That once again reminding us that our 4cc's can only be done in one country. A sponsor receives full case credits of any personally sponsored retail or preferred customer and ensuing downline group until that retail or preferred customer achieves the manager level. Subsequently, if the sponsor is leadership bonus qualified, he or she receives leadership case credits equal to 40% of the personal non-manager case credits of the first leadership bonus qualified manager down each sponsorship line, 20% of the personal non-manager case credits of the second leadership bonus qualified manager down each sponsoring line, and 10% of the personal non-manager case credits of the third leadership bonus qualified manager down each sponsorship line. So there will be your first, second, and third generations. Many managers make the mistake of counting the whole of the first generation CCs. They only earn 40% of the first generation, 20% of the second generation, and 10% of the third generation. And all that is under leadership bonus in the company policy. An FBO will not pass up the sponsor on the way to achieving any sales level. There is no requalifying for a sales level once it has earned, unless the forever business is terminated or the FBO is responsored. This seems like a whole lot of stuff to take in, but if you just think about it and read it quietly, one line at a time, and think about it, it will all be the bigger picture, I'm sure. So that ends discussion for today, but our topic for the next, some people are having a conversation. Hello, can we turn off, can we mute ourselves? The topic for our next training, which will happen on the 21st of May, reading and understanding the marketing plan in detail, and we will be discussing senior manager and above and eagle manager. And below, once again, are the beautiful, beautiful pins for all those levels above manager. So FBOs, whatever level you're at, it's so very important for us to work together to educate ourselves, our downlines and our FBOs, because, you know, you cannot give what you don't have. So you need to learn the company policy so that you can train your downline. Often downlines make mistakes because they haven't been trained, and that is such a sad thing when that happens. It is so important. Remember, I gave you the FBO support email address. We are here at head office to support you in whatever it is that you need to know. Just send us an email. And when you do contact us, always remember the most important thing you need to put in there is your full name and your FBO number, and as much detail as possible. If you're querying an order, give us the order number, give us the FBO's name and number, give us the date. We need, the more information we get, the quicker we can assist you. Sometimes we go back and forth. You didn't give us your FBO number. Then, oh, you gave us this, but you didn't give us the order number. Oh, you gave us this, but you didn't give us that. As much information, and we'll be able to sort your queries out much quicker if you give us as much information as possible. So now we'll just open up for general discussions and any questions. And let's have a little discussion if there's anything that you need clarification on, or you can send me an email, which would also help. So let's see if we got anybody waiting to ask a question. What does online sales mean in this context? Online is placed online. You cannot order, unless you're ordering in your own name, you cannot order at retail price, except if you place an online order for your customer. Online orders should, customer orders should be placed online. That's what that means. We can, what's the second one? Mantoa. We can sponsor preferred customers, not only assistant supervisors. I don't understand that. You can sponsor, you can sponsor someone with a 2cc combo. Of course you can. That would put them, and especially the Start Your Journey combo, that will put them on assistant supervisor level right away. What is meant by non-manager case credits? That is a downline that has no manager in it. In other words, you have a downline, but as soon as one of your downline becomes a manager, that manager and the whole team fall away, and the rest, the people that are left with no manager in that line, they are non-manager CCs. What is a sponsor? A sponsor, Winnie, is the person that sponsored you, that helped you fill in your application form. That is your sponsor. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you learned something. All those that are saying thank you. How do you activate your online purchase? My colleague Green a few weeks ago did the same kind of training on online. Send us an email. We will send you the procedure for online, how to place an online order. You can only place an online order once you are an assistant supervisor. You do need to send us an email to give you a password. You cannot do an online order without a password. So I cannot qualify for Forever to Drive. No, you can, my sweetheart, right at the very beginning. You're from Namibia. Remember, South Africa looks after 7 countries, and they are starting with Botswana, Lesotho, Mozambique, Namibia, Swaziland, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. So South Africa is the operating country for Namibia, all 7 countries that I just mentioned now. So of course you can qualify. We have many, many, many people in Namibia on Forever to Drive. My pleasure. What are the challenges, if any, with regards to couriers? I'm waiting package since the 2nd of May. Well, send us an email and we'll find out. We need to know at which product center you placed the order. If it was an online order, the order number. Remember, the 1st of May was a public holiday. So by today, you should definitely have received your package. Send us an email and we'll track that order for you and let you know the status of the order. Can I sponsor people? Yes, of course, you can sponsor people from outside my country, as long as you are an assistant supervisor. If you need to know how to do that, please send us an email, because we would first need to register you in the country that you want to sponsor in, so that when you sponsor that person, you are already on their system.
Lunch. Ah!
Is there another question? I don't see another question. Let me see. Some nice questions here. We still have a little bit of... Oh, Mraki's raised your hand. Can I help you, dear? Hello? You've raised your hand. Can you unmute yourself so that I can talk to you?
Yes, good day, ma'am.
Hello, dear.
Thanks for the presentation. I am the newly joined assistant supervisor. I think I'm on my 2nd month. But
Oh,
then
congratulations.
yeah, well, yeah, the journey has started. But my question relates to the deadline for submission of the case credits. Ne?
It's midnight on the last day of the month.
Midday on the last day
Are
of the
you
month.
you're at an assistant supervisor? So let's go to the 30th of April, happened to be a Tuesday. So midnight on Tuesday the 30th was the deadline for if you're in the product center. But online orders and email orders, the deadline is at midnight also. But you can't go into the product center, so you have to do it online or the Bashara app or email. But it's all, if your email arrives at 1 minute past midnight, it will automatically go into the new month.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
So when it goes to the new month, but then it means you have forfeited the...
Yes. So my advice to everybody is don't wait until the last minute. You know, if you look at the map of the world and you can see the timeline, you see those lines that go up from the South Pole to the North Pole. Every country within those lines, the same 2 lines that South Africa's in, all those countries going right up Africa, and then you've got Italy and possibly some countries in Europe. They are also putting online orders on. They are, and so that part of the world, everybody's putting on online orders. So I'm not saying the system gets jammed, but you know how technology is. So I would say to you, if it gets to 11 o'clock, 11:15, and you cannot get online, send an email. Send an email. Remember, your payment must also arrive before midnight. You cannot do the payment on the 1st of the month, because that order will then be seen as a new month order. So do the payment, make sure you don't wait till the last moment. That is the secret. Does that help you? Yeah?
It does. And on that note, I really would like maybe to be advised through an email, because I realize now the very last this April, yes, because I'm new, I worked on a date on the last day, which I saw is not helping. I won't do that in future. But I also believe in the calculation, I place order online and also on email. But when I look into my dashboard, I think on the 1st, I realized that the other order was not yet added.
It's possible. It's possible. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let me tell you why. Remember, the staff leave the office at 5 o'clock. They can't stay later. So your thing comes during the night. For April, the next day is a public holiday. They will only see your order on the 2nd of May. And if it's an online order, it still has to be, not online, if it's an email order, it still has to be entered. And then go through all the steps to be packed and checked and dispatched. So it might not show the very next day because the staff left that office at 5 o'clock. Online orders are automatically entered, you know, but not email and Bashara app orders. They have to be entered by the staff when they get back to the office on the 2nd of the month.
Okay, I think that's where I fumbled and mumbled. And, you know, I was so close to my CC. I think I was 3.9 something. But hey, anyway, it's a journey. I lost to the
Yes,
next month.
it is a journey. And remember, we do run an exception report on the 3rd or 4th of the month. This month, we had to run it on the 4th because of that public holiday. So if you need to know more, one of the things we will discuss in these Zoom presentations is the exception report, or you can send us an email and we'll explain it to you.
I would like to know more about that. I'll send an email to support, you said.
To FBO support. I'm speaking
support.
to Nsachetse. Who am I speaking to? Oh, Mrakas. Okay, that's who I'm speaking to. Sorry, I've got so many things in front of me on the screen. Should please send us an email, ma'am, and we'll do the best to assist you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks so much.
Welcome. The next question from Nsachetse is, can you change a sponsor if she didn't recruit you? She's not your sponsor if she didn't recruit you. I don't understand. You approached the sponsor on your own. So you went to someone and asked them to sponsor you. They are your sponsor. Whether you approached them or whether they approached you, they are your sponsor. And you can't change your sponsor, not for any reason, unless you are re-sponsored. Please repeat online order explanation again. Okay. Anybody can place an online order. You can place an online order for yourself, but if you're placing an order for your customer, that should be placed online, because you can't, if you place you can buy product for your customer in your own name and sell it to them at a retail price. That's your business. But if you're placing an online order, it's an order that you place online. And if you need to know the procedure for that, send us an email and we'll send you the online procedure. What's the difference between 25% profit and 18% bonus for a preferred customer when one is a manager? When you're a manager, you earn 18% discount on your own order. 25% profit is NDP, or new distributor profit, or recruitment bonus. That's what you earn when you recruit a new person. Preferred customer when one. 18%. Yeah, 18% is a new person that you've recruited. That's the bonus you're going to earn on that person. And 25% is the NDP. It's a once-off for recruiting that person. I'm new here. This is my first month. My problem is I find it very hard to recruit. My sweetheart, that is something, Galaxy, that you must discuss with your sponsor or your upline manager. If you don't know who your upline manager is, then send us an email and we'll be able to tell you who your upline manager is. Let's look at Hamotso. What will happen if I'm failing to recruit maybe for 4 months? Depending on what level, nothing will happen. You just won't earn the recruitment bonus. Nothing will happen if you're failing to recruit, but you do need training because you joined the business to build a business, and speak to your sponsor or your upline manager, because you definitely need training. There's so much training happening, depending where you are, there's training, and there's also training happening almost every night of the week. There's product training, there's business presentation training. So look for all the posters. There are plenty of posters. I'm not sure what level you're on. Send us an email and we'll see if we can add you to some of the groups depending on the level. But your sponsor and your upline manager should be sharing all the posters for all the training with you. Please ask them about that, or send us an email, tell us what area you're from, and we'll let you know what's happening in your area. Please explain, if I have someone who wants to join and they're in another city, I send a link, and then what is the process? What do they have to do online? Okay, send me an email. Green, my colleague, did discuss this a few weeks ago. Send us an email and we will send you the online registration procedure so that they can go and join online. And then they have a choice of 5 different combos that they can place when they sign up online. What do they? They just fill in a form will appear on when they go onto the screen, and they're given a choice of 5 different products that they can purchase, and they will fill in everything. They'll be prompted by the prompts that appear on the screen. If you need help, more help on that, you can give us a call on that WhatsApp number, that 064 number that we mentioned at the beginning of the training. Any other questions? Doesn't seem to be anyone else. Can you see how many people are still with us participating? Oh, they just haven't left the meeting yet. Eh? All right. Can you repeat the WhatsApp number? I have to find it. Just give me one moment. It's on the tip of my tongue. Give me one moment. Sorry. That screen is passed. I don't want to go back through all the screens. I'm just trying to find it on a phone. I know it starts 064. Just hold on. Can you just ask Green? Oh, I found it. We found it. Listen carefully. 064 636 8968. That is the FPO Support Office WhatsApp number. Now, the FPO support email address, just hold on a moment. Can I type it here? I'm typing it for you. There we are. FBO support @forever.co.za. Okay. We've just got a few minutes left. If there are any other questions or any other information you need, you're welcome. Okay. Thank you for your time. I hope to hear from you or see you put these things into practice. Our next Zoom presentation will be in 2 weeks' time. I think that's the 21st of May. Gosh, is that possible? My goodness, the month just runs away. Thank you. You're very welcome. You have a nice day too. All the very best. Bye.